Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Anime Mac Reviews, and today I got Black Clover Chapter 279 review for you guys on deck. And so for any of my new subscribers, I know that you came here as a result of my past spoiler video, but I gotta say, this video is gonna be better than that last one just because we have context now. We got the translations out, we got the full English so we can fully understand what has happened. And I gotta say, after I read this chapter, I'm even more amazed by what happened, more shocked by the twist that Yuki's about to really put into this chapter. So just sit back and relax and let's get right into it. So pretty much it opens up with, of course, if you guys were here for my last spoiler video, it's in like the same kind of like format. Something that I really noticed is like the Clover Kingdom captains are like superhero to the Spade Kingdom citizens, because imagine if you've been under this like dictatorship for over 17 years like they have been, and suddenly Merla Leona comes in and kills the ancient demon, which you may have feared. At least like you feared the demon almost as much as you feared the Dark Triad, because there's like this mysterious monstrous demon underneath of the Spade Kingdom, and it was just unleashed upon you. And pretty much this demon is just incinerated by Merla Leona. I mean, you have to be feeling good if you're a Spade Kingdom citizen. Even Ralph right here, you know, he's excited. And he even tells, I believe this is one of the Spade Kingdom, maybe spies or another comrade of his, that basically, you know, he became a wind magician or a wind mage. And I think that the reference here is that, you know, looks a lot like his father. So that's pretty awesome just to see that. But then it goes right back to the fight between Dante, Jack, and Noct. And immediately, like, we pretty much see like this huge slash across Dante's chest. But something that I really noticed here, which is pretty interesting, is that despite what happened in this chapter, like despite any of that, and I'll just say this, like I'm going to get into it later in the video because I don't want to spoil it for you guys that haven't really read the full chapter yet. But despite what the Dark Triad has did so far in these last few chapters, despite them kind of being defeated, they're still a force to be reckoned with. And what I mean by that is that after this strike by Jack, pretty much our boy Dante, he enjoys it. Like, this dude is like the ultimate pain lover. Like, he loves pain, he loves slashes. I don't know what is wrong with our boy Dante, but he just laughs and says, you are all so entertaining. Even after this devastating slash by Jack, whereby before in last chapter, Dante, he looked kind of like surprised, but even after that, you know, the healing magic that he still possesses is pretty strong, and Morris has just upped it so much to the point that I really don't think that a lot of things at the moment are going to kill Dante just outright, because I thought that this strike by Jack was really going to do something to him, but it really didn't, because he's laughing it off right afterwards, so it's not really that powerful. However, even despite this, Noct is pretty much just sitting back, and I think that he uses this cat demon to basically observe the other fights that are going on at the moment. And Noct, he actually breathes sort of like a sigh of relief. He expected, I guess, the captains to kind of lose more. I think he didn't expect them to be as strong. He didn't expect them to surpass the limits. And that's something that is very common even when the Clover Kingdom, is that the captains can surpass their limits whenever they need to. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. And in this panel right here, we see, you know, Charlotte and Noct just have this really weird, ominous feeling. And we've seen this before. If you guys just remember, I'm not going to spoil it for all you guys that haven't seen this chapter just yet. I'm not going to spoil it just yet. But just think back to when the word magic devil was revealed, and all the knights suddenly had felt this weird feeling. I'm not going to spoil it just yet for you guys, but just keep that in mind as we really go through this chapter. Now, you may be wondering, you're like, well, why would, you know, they be feeling this way? You know, he just got a good victory against Xenon, or maybe, you know, part one, you know, victory against Xenon. Charlotte just got a decent edge over Vonica, and Noct, in terms of Jack in that fight, you know, they did okay. Why would they be feeling this way? Well, unfortunately, the tree of Cliffoff suddenly just expands and grows at an astronomical rate. It is just insane. It is taking over the whole entire castle. And just let's give kudos to Yuki Tabata for this amazing art right here. The castle just looks so amazing. It's weird how in Black Clover you have the juggling between the modern technology as far as what we saw with Morris and the computers and the tube and everything that Dante was in, but at the same time it's still like that medieval gothic type of castle that the Spade Kingdom, or rather, I'm sorry, the Dark Triad had actually, you know, was living in for a while, at least for 17 years. But that is when all of a sudden our boy Noct, he activates his shadow magic. And this is something that's actually pretty cool, is that he was able to go into another Devil Union mode. involving his cat form, or rather like the cat demon. I don't really think that we actually know the cat demon's name at the moment. For any of you guys that actually do know the cat demon's name, please comment it down in the comment section below and just let me know. But instantly, this dude almost has like X-ray vision, like Superman. And with this ability, he's able to see through the Tree of Cliff-Off. He's actually able to see where William and Yami is currently being held. And I'm sorry, guys, when I first read this, why did I think this said Corvette? I know, like Corvette. Like, the song is everywhere, but when I was reading this, I don't know why I thought this was Corvette, but it's clairvoyant. And so sometimes you just gotta like laugh at yourself. But anyway, this ability, of course, like I said before, it allows him to see through the Tree of Cliff-Off. He sees William and Yami. However, they are not alone. We see an individual that we saw a few chapters ago, and that individual, his name is Morris. Of course, we know he's the mad scientist. And Noct is wondering, why is Morris even there in the first place? Like, Noct had no idea that Morris was there. Of course, he knows of Morris, and he knows that Morris was actually exiled from the Diamond Kingdom, but Noct is just taken aback by this. He's like, what is this guy doing here? And originally when I was reading this chapter, I was wondering that too, because we always knew that Morris was kind of like a wild card. Like when we first saw him those few chapters ago, it surprised us, but we knew that Morris, you know, he is a smart guy. He's a very intelligent guy. And we know that Mars was in a bitter war against Morris, and he eventually won. But of course, we know how that ended. Our boy Morris was like LeBron James and took his talents to Miami. Or rather, he took his talents to the Spade Kingdom. And that is actually when we get this cool little panel right here when he says, with the wisdom of the Heart Kingdom, I clarified, or I'm not sure if the guys that clarified or not, the way to accelerate the growth of the Tree of Cliff-Off. And this ability that he currently has at the moment is actually kind of funny, because he says that he gained this type of ability by being born blind. And so it's kind of weird. Like, I'm wondering how this ability kind of relates to it. And that is when it says a talent of devil possession. Now, this, of course, guys, this is the fan translation, so I really want to wait until the viz comes out just to see. But apparently, to make it kind of like short, or like a long story short, he was able to steal Laurel's ability and essentially accelerate the growth of the Tree of Cliff-Off. Now, hopefully there's more explanations for that, and you guys on Reddit or in the comment section can kind of explain it more. However, it's not done yet. Like, that's one of the biggest shocks of this chapter. However, the next shock is, of course, this portal that's opening up, and the first gate has been opened. Like, I'm just going to say that outright, guys. Like, if you guys have questions, the first gate has been opened. Our boy Noct is just shocked. And I kind of expected like a bigger portal, but no, it's like a small little portal. And I think that when we thought about the Tree of Cliff-Off and the portal to the underworld, or like the afterlife, we just expected this portal to open. All of a sudden, all these demons just come rushing out. Now, we know that there are high-ranking demons on the first level of the Tree of Cliff-Off, and these high-ranking demons look like this. Like, this is just beautiful art right here. Let's give Yuki Tabata just a round of applause. And originally, when I saw the spoilers, I didn't know that there are other arms. It looks like they are the right arms, are like monstrous, hideous-looking, just hands and claws and whatnot. It actually looks like the hand that threw Li Bei up to the human world. If you guys remember that in the earlier chapters when we saw that, because it just showed like a hand, and this kind of looks like the hand. So, you know, what if a little bit of theory is like, what if these were actually the demons that threw Li Bei to the human world? Who knows? But besides that, just the design is pretty cool. They all have long white hair. They look humanoid-like they seriously do. And immediately they waste no time. They push back Jack. I'm not sure what type of magic that they actually possess at the moment, but we see our boy Noct in the corner, like he's getting out of dodge. And I guess like that's kind of what his devil Yuya mode, like cat-like reflexes, so he was able to avoid this. You kind of see Dante just standing there, not necessarily chilling. I don't even think that he knew what happened so fast. Like even the Dark Triad, they didn't even know this was going to happen so fast. And it really speaks to Morris as like a character and just the cunningness. Like he's almost like Aizen, sort of. Like you didn't think that he was a threat until he basically is a threat. And also he said that Vonika's dumb decisions actually come in handy. So in this way, I'm not exactly sure if he's being possessed by Lucifer or Magicula at the moment. But that is when the demons, they just speak, and it's so creepy. Like they say, I missed it, I hit it. And you see how like they just refer to human beings as just it's. Like they don't even refer to them as, I guess, like recognizing that they have life as well, or they're humanoid or some type of like sanctity of life. Nah, these demons ain't on that type of stuff. Like they immediately call it it. So I'm not exactly sure what type of magic they have, and I guess the other one was aiming for Noct, but they just missed, and I have no idea. Like, could it be some type of weird gravity magic like Lucifer? I have no idea. And yeah, even our boy Dante, he's blown away by it. He's just looking like, what is going on here? Like, even he's shocked. So this translation is parenchyratic kin. I have no idea what that is, guys. You guys got to just correct me in the comment section. Like, look, we need some explanations for some of these magic types, the names, and just everything. I hope Reddit, like the Reddit users, they just get together, they put their brains together, because some of them are a whole lot smarter than me, guys. So it's good to go on Reddit and sometimes get a clear translation for many of these chapters and everything. But that does it for me today. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Also, comment down below and tell me what you guys loved about it. I'll always appreciate it. And also, guys, make sure you stay safe out there, and peace.